This is your stimulus check update, second stimulus check update, and the latest stimulus news. Also, I'm going to be talking about some remarks from Mark Cuban regarding $1,200 stimulus checks every 2 weeks. That's crazy, but yeah, I'll get into that a little bit later. But hey everybody, my name is Matt. Welcome back to another video. Today is Thursday, September 24th, and as always, my videos pertain to everybody, including those people receiving Social Security, retirement, disability, and survivors, SSI recipients, supplemental security income, as well as VA beneficiaries and low income or even no income. But hey, if you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and be sure to hit the subscribe button. All right, let's get right into this and let's talk about some of the latest information that's out there. And yeah, let's talk about it. All right, let's hit this. So as we know, just the other day, the House passed a short-term government spending bill, but here's what I want to talk about in that. We all know about this. I talked about it the other day, and the Senate should be voting on that here either today or tomorrow, hopefully, and they'll just pass it through, get it off our plate. We don't have to talk about it ever again. But there's something interesting here I wanted to talk about, which I think will apply to many people here on the channel, which is within that short-term government spending bill, which goes through December 11th, they included $8 billion for nutrition assistance for children. So I know that probably helps out a lot of you here. So that's really good stuff. That goes on for another 12 months is what that $8 billion is for. Nutrition assistance for children for those free meals. So be sure to look into that. So, yeah, I mean, if you have children that are qualifying under the age 18, you could probably be getting free meals for them. So that would probably help out a lot. Also, I want to mention this too. If you have not applied for SNAP benefits quite yet, please do that. It costs you nothing to apply. It's free to apply, and you could potentially be getting those food benefits. So you can go to the grocery store and buy some, groceries, things that you need that's paid for. So again, too, you may only get the minimum, which isn't much. However, when there's another stimulus bill, I would anticipate that they're probably going to give that additional boost like they were over the last few months, which brings you up to $194, which would be the minimum then. So anyway, I digressed a little bit, but I wanted to hit that home once again because those SNAP benefits can be really beneficial. So check that out in your area, SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. So check that out. Also, if you want to call them really quick, the phone number, 1-800-221-5689. So that's the phone number. All right. So in just the last day or so, here's what we had. President Trump, the Democrats, the Republicans, and the chairman of the Federal Reserve, all of these groups of people reiterating the fact for additional stimulus and specifically second stimulus checks. I mean, this is ridiculous. We have all of these people, all of these groups reiterating, we need stimulus, we need it badly, and we need it now, and we need it in the form of stimulus checks. I just want to hit my head against the wall and say, what's taking so long? We have everybody agreeing. Why don't we have a solution? I don't get it. What's going on? Seriously, people, do your job. It's just crazy. Also, as I mentioned just the other day, Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, and Steven Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, I've talked about him multiple times, they testified this week. But something I want to mention is Jerome Powell, when he was testifying, he mentioned without additional stimulus for business, and without sending additional stimulus checks, those direct payments into the pockets of American people, that we could face additional economic contraction. So why I wanted to mention that is because the words out of the mouth of the chairman of the Federal Reserve saying economic and contraction in the same sentence is like the worst thing that Congress and government officials want to hear. Remember, as I mentioned the other day, Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, he's the leprechaun behind the money printing press. He's the guy behind the printing presses that print all the money that stimulate the economy, that they send out in these stimulus checks and stimulus to, corporations and all that other stuff. So when he is the one who oversees the economy, he's the kind of like the expert on the economy. When they turn to him and he's saying, hey, we need stimulus desperately. We need it for business. We need it for people in the form of direct payments. When he is saying this, it's probably a little bit urgent when the guy who's looking over the economy is the one saying, yeah, we need stimulus and we need it now. So I feel like that's pretty powerful. So also today, being Thursday, The jobless claims number was released this morning. Every Thursday morning, they release this information. So again, last week, 870,000 people applied for unemployment benefits. Additionally, 630,000 people who are self-employed gig employees or gig employees like subcontractors, contractors, all of these people who kind of fall under the category of like self-employed 1099 employees. Additionally, 630,000 of them applied for unemployment benefits last week. So in total, we had 1.5 million people apply for unemployment benefits last week. That's crazy. Is that a sign of a healthy economy? No, not a chance, not even close. If you think about that over the course of a month, let's just say 4 weeks in a month, 1.5 million a week, that turns out to 6 million people a month applying for unemployment benefits. Is that healthy? No. Is that a sign of a healthy, vital economy? Not even close. Not even close at all. Those are huge numbers. That's a ton and ton of people applying for benefits each and every week. 1.5 million. That's nuts. I mean, that's a lot of people. As we look over into Europe, we're seeing additional spikes in COVID cases. Not only that, we're seeing shutdowns and even lockdowns in a few countries over in that region. So again, that's really important to be watching this because, like I said before, what happened, back in February, March, things like this, well, whatever happened over in Europe eventually made its way into the United States. So, I don't know, maybe it's something to potentially foresee in the future. Not that we want that, but it's just something to keep an eye on. Not only that, additionally, as we look to Canada, the Prime Minister in Canada was very concerned about the spikes in COVID cases that they're seeing up there. He's being very smart about it. He's being proactive and looking how the people up in Canada can kind of brace themselves and be proactive to avoid any additional spreading, to kind of mitigate the spread of the virus. It's something I was thinking about Canada. I saw this article about Canada. And I thought, wow, you almost never hear about Canada. I feel like they're just kind of like a really peaceful group of people up there. You almost never hear about them. Not like here. I mean, it's just drama day after day here in the U.S. But I feel like Canada, I don't know. It must be a pretty nice group of people. I've never been to Canada, but I'd love to go up there sometime. Also, I want to talk about Mark Cuban. Man, if you don't know who Mark Cuban is, look him up. This guy's a stud muffin. I wish he would run for president because, seriously, this guy is smart. He's savvy. He knows what's up. He knows what to do, like to help people out, and he knows how to revive the economy. I don't know. He's just a really smart, savvy guy. I love him. If you ever watch Shark Tank or anything, just check him out. He's a really smart guy. But anyway, he made some remarks yesterday in an interview that I want to talk about because I just think this is interesting. Of course, he's not related to people in Congress. He's not in the government. He doesn't have any influence. But I feel like this is really important because, as we know, he's a multi-billionaire. He does have a lot of influence. Maybe, I don't know, when he talks, I think people actually listen because people know, this guy's smart. He knows his stuff. Which is, again, why I wish he would run for president. If he did, he'd definitely have my vote. That is for sure. But here's what he said yesterday in this interview, which I think is really interesting. He thinks that they should be sending out $1,200 stimulus checks every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, every person would get $1,200 stimulus checks. Could you imagine that? Every 2 weeks, you have another $1,200 hitting your account. How cool would that be? Seriously, every 2 weeks, $1,200, bang. Another 2 weeks, $1,200. So every month you'd be getting $2,400 according to what Mark wants. I think that's a cool idea. But not only that, what he said in this interview is that it's kind of a use it or lose it mentality. So you get $1,200 every 2 weeks and you have to spend it. If you don't spend it, you lose it. Well, I don't know about you, but if you got $1,200 today and the person who gave it to you said, "Here, I'll give you 10 days to spend it. If you don't spend it in 10 days, I'm going to give it back, or I'm going to take it back." And the rule is you can spend it on anything you want. You can spend it on your utilities, your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, or you can go out and buy some new clothes, some new shoes, some groceries. You can go buy a new iPhone, anything you want. What would you do? Would you save the money or would you say, "I'm going to spend it"? I don't know about you guys, but I could certainly find something every 2 weeks to spend $1,200 on. Even if that meant I gave it away to you. Would that be considered spending it, giving it away here to all my friends on YouTube? I think I don't have the money anymore, so apparently I spent it somewhere, right? So Basically, what his idea is, by giving this $1,200 every 2 weeks would essentially be, if you don't spend it and you save it, well, you can't really do that because he doesn't want people to hoard the money and save it. He wants people to go out and spend it to revive the economy. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think that's like a genius plan. Of course, it would cost trillions and trillions of dollars. It would cost a lot of money, but guess what? The economy would be absolutely nuts, booming, because it would have all of this money, just a huge influx of money in a very short amount of time. We would be forced to spend this money. I mean, think of all the cool stuff we could buy. That would be fun. I mean, seriously, consider that. Every 2 weeks, just $1,200. Bang, go buy what you want, anything you want. That'd be fun. I mean, especially coming into like the holiday season here, just in the next couple months here. I mean, it'd be a pretty fun Christmas for a lot of people, I think. Not only Christmas, but I mean like holiday season for everybody. But anyway, it's just a thought again. Mark doesn't really have any influence on Congress or spending for the economy, for the government, stuff like that. But I just think it's really interesting because he is a really smart person and he knows what's going on. I mean, he has a lot of great ideas. So anyway, I want to throw that out there because I think it's really interesting and it's always fun to, dream and think about stuff like that. So anyway, have a great afternoon, everybody. I'm always here for you. If I have any other information later today, I'll definitely be out with that. So enjoy your day. I hope this helps you, and I'll catch you later.